Live from atop a tower guarded by a dragon, and it's really difficult to get pizza delivered. It's Good Morning Moonbase. With your host, James Turner.
Hi, everybody. Graham Stark here. James is away on assignment. God willing, he gets that microfilm back. Pleased to have you with us on Good Morning Moonbase, where this show, as with everything that we do, is brought to you by you and your support of our Patreon, patreon.com/LoadingReadyRun, or by becoming a subscriber on our Twitch, or by becoming a member on the YouTube channel upon which you are watching this, assuming that's one of our YouTube channels, though I don't know that anyone's stealing Good Morning Moonbase. Very pleased to have you with us, and I'm also pleased to introduce our guest for this episode of Good Morning Moonbase, per the wiki. She is a performer, writer, and editor for Loading Ready Run, appears on Crossing the Streams, AFK, Loading Ready Live, Checkpoint, Commodore Hustle, and Crapshots, has appeared in much of LRR's Magic the Gathering content, including LRMTG Friday Nights, Tap Tap Concede, Elder Dragon Social Club, Friday Night Paper Fight, and the pre-releases. She was crowned champion of Game Nights Live at MagicCon Vegas in 2023 after winning the qualifying Game Nights Live round at MagicCon Minneapolis earlier that year, and favors blue-black mill decks or any card with a cat on it. It's Kathleen DeVere.
I'm your wife. That's one of the only facts that, that's not a fact about me that's actually in that intro, is that we're married.
That's true. How far down do we have to scroll for that? I appreciate that, actually, that it's not like, this is Graham's wife. Oh, here we go. It mentions it in the third to last. It's you have a lot of stuff on your Loading Ready Run wiki page. We got engaged sometime before Desert Bus 6, but it was not announced until afterwards.
I think it would be much more funny if on your bio it says that you're Kathleen's husband.
That would be good, yes.
I just think that, the reason for that is that it's not that I've ever been like, oh my God, don't tell anyone that where's my camera? The light for 6 is on.
Yeah,
But
it's
we're
always
looking
on.
at
Your
5.
camera's
Never pay
7.
attention to the tallies.
Okay, sorry, the tally light was on and I was very confused, but it's not, and it's not anything I've ever been like, oh no, about. It's just that, I don't know, when we started, it was like, I was like, please don't introduce me as your girlfriend.
Oh, yeah. No.
Please introduce me as somebody else who is working and wants to make funny videos and stuff like that. This was not to the people backstage, to other people in Loading Ready Run. That was everyone's always you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
It's just that, publicly I didn't want to be like, oh, and this new person who's shown up is there because she's Graham's girlfriend.
Right. Yeah.
Because I was interested before we were dating.
That's true. You were like, wait, hold on. Because the draw for you, because you were we'll talk some more about this actually. You were a cartoonist. And the draw for you for our early sketches was like, wait, I get to just make the stuff up, and then I don't even have to draw it. People will just do it physically with their bodies.
The drawing was always my least favorite part because I'm just I'm not a bad artist, but I worked really hard at it, and that's about as good as I was going to get. All right.
Can you actually, Ben, something else fun I just discovered from the wiki entry, and maybe you could pull it up, but something you drew is the header art on the TV tropes page for
what, really?
For 20 bare asses.
Oh yeah.
Because it's from an episode of Extra Credits you illustrated.
Oh my God, that's so funny.
Yeah. And it's if you go to TV tropes and look for 20 bare asses.
Hold on, I gotta allow ads on TV tropes here,
right.
It won't let me in.
A type of fetch quest that involves going around killing specific enemies and collecting certain amounts of an item that they randomly drop. There you go. 7 of 8 bare butts. Yeah, that's one of your. It doesn't credit you, of course, but it.
Whatever.
If you click on the picture, it goes to extra credits.
Yeah, I did. I actually illustrated a couple of extra credits.
Mm-hmm. Physically too.
Physically,
We have a stack of cards like this with all the art.
Yep, that's somewhere in my house still. Mm-hmm. So, anyhow.
Neat.
Can I buy a CRV? What?
Like a Honda?
No, I don't own one. I hate cars.
Might have been one of the ads on one of the pages.
Oh.
Right.
I was so confused. I was only looking for my own stuff. My ego had taken over and my eyeballs knew only my own work. I looked at nothing else on the page. But it's very funny that everybody's just like, oh, finally Kathleen gets to tell her story. This is a real thing that happened. Years ago, I recorded an episode of like Shivam's like Let's Get to Know You podcast.
Yeah. Casual Magic. And I was like, and we were done. And I was like, Shivam, I just talked about myself for like an hour and a half. And he was like, yeah. I was like, I could you actually not put this out? I'm so uncomfortable with just talking about myself for an hour and a half. And because he's a good friend, he was like, absolutely. If you don't want this to come out, we could do another one. And I was like, no, I think that'd be a big waste of your time. But yeah. Like, this hasn't affected our friendship at all, but there is a lost episode of Casual Magic because I was like, I just talked about myself for so long. How awful. Oh.
Yeah. I mean, I don't think I said anything interesting, so.
But people are interested to hear about you.
Well, there's many places to read about me. But anyhow, what do you have prepared?
Oh, very little, because James talked to me, was it last night or was it this morning?
James opted out last night.
It was last night. Okay, yeah.
I gave him, well, because he's sick, right? Like, that's why he's not here. He's sick. And so I, like, posted yesterday. I was like, James, I know you've been sick and, like, no updates had been going around. So I was like, so if you are sick, you don't have to do the show. Which was coincidentally going to get me out of doing the show. But I'm just very helpful, you see.
We were saying after the Riftbound pre-release that it's very clear that young Turner is under the weather and he's trying his best to like soldier through and like still do the things and whatnot, and it would just be better if we're all just like, James, just stay home this week, bro. Mm-hmm. Don't worry about anything. We got it all.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it was 8:37 last night. And then he followed up this morning and was like, this was the correct call.
Yes.
He's like, I feel fine, but I'm coughing and I don't want to sit here with a microphone in my face coughing for, a whole show while trying to talk to Kathleen. Because you were talking there, was it Desert Bus? Was it the first time that you did the like finally Kathleen gets to tell her story?
Yeah. Because I just had to kill time. It was like Desert Bus 11 or something like that, and it was at the last Moonbase, and I just kind of was like, I gotta kill time.
I just love the joke implication that until that moment there hadn't been an opportunity.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not afforded a large platform at any time whatsoever.
Okay, well, we'll continue to chitty chat, but first, it's time for everyone's been very interested about it.
Really?
Saw someone earlier was like, oh no, James isn't there. Will Graham know how to introduce cereal?
I mean,
and I think they were joking. But I love the idea that it's like, oh no, Graham might not know how to introduce cereal.
I mean, you are the second most host of this show.
Yeah, I know, and
you've done it 2 times now?
Yeah, and Paul was again like half jokingly, but he was taking umbrage the other day. He's like, because James mentioned something about because eventually it'll cycle through, right? And Paul was saying, well, I need my proper episode. I was denied the James hosting experience.
What? Whoa!
Because James again couldn't make it, and so I had to fill in. So yeah, Paul and you are both owed a.
I'm not owed anything.
A James. Oh no. This is not about you. This is about James. Don't worry.
Yeah.
We got to make sure
fine.
We can't let him off the hook that easily.
Well, yeah, but why should I help though?
I do like that Paul was like, people tuning in for that episode and being like, oh, good, a podcast where Paul and Graham talk about things.
Yeah. I mean, both of us were like, well, I guess we're doing this again.
Something so different and unique.
Yeah. We do have something different and unique this morning because. The call went out to Kathleen and be like, all right, well, what cereal do you want James to pick up for you? And you said none cereal with left bowl. I don't know.
I mean, I gave a cereal. So Graham or so James and Ben could eat cereal, but I don't eat cereal and I don't eat breakfast. And I don't want to put food in my body at 10:15, to be completely frank with you. But we can have the traditional Kathleen breakfast. Da 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 da.
Instant coffee.
Yep, it's a cup of instant coffee. We've got some sugar, we've got some milk, we've got some instant coffee.
I got Nescafe Gold Smooth.
Oh, we could have used the coffee that's here.
Yeah, I know, but it's down to like here, and I wanted to refill
We
your
have to
stores.
refill our stores, Kathleen.
Okay, you know what though? So
Talk about this.
okay. So Kathleen, so while Graham's making me my traditional breakfast, which is a cup of instant coffee, because I don't want to eat breakfast at all. Not because like it just doesn't sit well in my stomach, and I spent my entire adult life being told like, no, you have to eat breakfast. It's so bad for your metabolism. It's so terrible if you don't eat breakfast. You need to put food in your body at first thing in the morning. And then like, I don't know, a few years ago, like, because it was related to like Graham's oncologist, because he was talking to him at the time. So it was several years back at this point. It was like, oh no, I don't eat breakfast. And I was like, if he's a doctor, he's allowed to get away with it. And I was like, what if I just don't eat before noon? And it's like been so much better for my stomach and my digestion. And I'm so happy. But anyhow, but I do like coffee, but I don't want to like make a whole pot of coffee or like
One or two scoops.
Oh, 2 lumps, please. I don't want to make a whole pot of coffee or like pay for takeout coffee, but I also am very lazy, so I want coffee immediately. So I just buy instant coffee. And you know what? It's not bad. And Ben, can I out you as a fellow goblin?
Yeah. I mean, this was kind of spurned on by you and I.
Yeah. But yeah, so basically it turns out Ben and I are the exact same kind of goblins, that we don't actually care that much. Just put hot caffeine in our body as fast as possible.
Yeah, I just want hot brown.
Yep, give me some hot brown.
This came up because Kathleen was like, who's using my coffee?
Yeah, I was like, surely nobody else wants instant coffee, but it was like, but I think it's not just us now, Ben. I think other people have gotten wise to how good it is.
The thing is, the problem is that none of us seem to want coffee at the same time necessarily,
yes.
right? Like it's just, and so making a pot just ends up not being very useful.
Yeah, Cameron makes a pot of coffee, and then I come in 4 hours later and it's cold, right? Or I want a cup of coffee at 4 p.m. because I'm going to go on stream.
Yeah, and I mean, this was also in conjunction too with like, you and I are at the office a lot and we're doing things here and there. And so we don't often have time to like go out and grab like a lunch and stuff like that too. So like part 2 of our gremlining was that you and I kept stealing pizza pockets from each other unknowingly, because like we'd be like, well, we just need something quick. So we kept buying frozen pizza pops and putting them in the freezer. Mm-hmm. And I think individually we were just like, I don't think I've eaten this many pizza pockets this week, and going back and forth until I made a note and I was just like, hey, I'm happy to share, but just let me know so I can retire. And you were like, oh, that's me. And I'm like, oh, I've been eating yours too. And so we also have this like refilling. It's instant coffee and like pizza pockets. That's how we roll.
So good news for the gremlins in attendance is when I went to the store this morning to buy this, because I had to go anyway because we were out of milk.
Yep.
And I was like, well, I'll get this because it's over near the dairy aisle.
Did you buy pizza pockets?
So
Ben and I will have a feast.
Speaking of, do you mind making me a cup as well, Graham?
Oh yeah, sure. I didn't bring a glass.
I'll grab one.
I'm like, yeah, if you could grab a mug. But before you go, it was $7 off. There is a 30-count box of pizza pops in the freezer.
Let's go! That'll be what I literally eat today, because I only get like an hour between each show.
Oh.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
Oh my God, that's so funny. Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like garbage food.
Now,
but not that much of it, I guess.
Now, here's the thing: is that we didn't recent is the wrong word because it's been nearly 10 years now. But we were not a instant coffee enjoying household for a while.
No.
It certainly didn't. It wasn't originally a thing that you were into, and then we went to Australia.
Yeah.
And they ruined it.
Yeah.
Because Australia, has a very different coffee culture.
They have, Australia, there's two kinds of coffee that you can have in Australia. You can have an incredibly made latte that would make Serge weep because of the quality and how good it is.
How strong do you like it? All right. Scoops. 2 scoops? Sure. All right. More we go.
So you can have either a beautiful, well-made latte by an artisan in a cafe, and if you don't want that, and you're like, what if I just want a cup and drip? That does not exist. If you just want hot brown, they're like, yes, you can buy Moccona, and it's just a jar of really high-quality instant coffee. Sorry, I'm trying not to talk over your coffee prep.
Oh, you're fine.
But it's fantastic. I dream about getting a big jar of Moccona. If anybody ever goes to Australia, please just bring me back the instant coffee. That's all I want.
Their instant is just better.
Yeah, it's really good. Oh, you can get bad instant coffee here too, says Kimmy Kim. That's probably true. I only had the Moccona, and I was like, oh my God, it's so good. How much you want? I mean, it's pretty expensive to ship something from the States, but so if somebody wants to send something to please send a large jar just to make your shipping worthwhile, I guess, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
But yeah,
but I
you don't have to send me coffee. That's totally fine.
I do distinctly remember the sitting down at like a breakfast, like a brunch place, where here you'd be like, do you want anything to drink? And you're like, yeah, I'll just have coffee. And they just go, yup. And they go get like the big round thing from the percolator, and they just go, here you go, right? Whereas this in Australia is like, oh, I'll just have a coffee, and they're like,
what kind of coffee?
They're like, what?
Like flat white?
Latte? It's cappuccino? What? That's
the base level. There's nothing else you can get.
That's not the end of ordering a coffee at a restaurant. They're like, no, I need more information.
Yeah, and if they're like, oh, just like they'll just have little sachets of Moccona. They're like, oh, just hot brown. There you go. Yeah. Right.
So this morning, it's a hot brown morning here on Good Morning Moonbase.
It's just not it's a double because I also have 2 sugar and a bunch of milk in it.
Oh, I don't have sugar in mine.
Oh, it's probably not as good without sugar in it.
No, it's not great, but I cannot do in the same way that you can't do or you can, but the same way that you prefer not to do breakfast.
Yeah.
Real sweet first thing in the morning.
Interesting.
Can't
okay.
Do it. No, cloying. Yeah. My tummy just rumbled. I don't know if that was an agreement or derision.
You know what's really funny?
What?
That I stopped eating in the morning and it helped my digestion and my stomach feels better a lot of the time. But my stomach is
never getting Graham a cinnamon bun. No. Hey, shut up. Wait. No, hold on. Stop. That's different. I mean, drinks. I can't have sweet drinks first thing in the morning. I frequently will do like waffles or French toast or something. But I do when I'm going out for brunch. I told you we talked about this yesterday. If I'm going out for like special fancy brunch, someone's like, I bring you to the special brunch place. I'll be like, okay, I'll try their preposterous French toast, but then I also need like a side of sausage. I need some kind of like protein.
Right.
I remember that because we went to a breakfast place in Philly. It was like you, me, Gavin, and BDM.
Oh, yeah.
And you were like, I'll get the French toast. And we were like, oh, great. Yeah, that seems great. And we brought it out. You can see if I can find it in the picture. It was like the size of your head.
It was fucking huge.
It looked like you got like multiple slices of cake.
It was enormous. Sorry, you were saying.
No, I don't even remember. Doesn't matter.
Well, I wanted to talk to you.
Oh.
About that you recently wrapped up. Well, you wrapped it up not that recently, but Pizzamas wrapped up a couple weeks ago.
Yeah.
And you got asked back to do another one-shot D&D adventure.
Yes.
I mean, just
DFTBA's
Pizzamas.
Yes.
Sorry.
I did
role-playing.
Yes. This is all stuff that happened this summer, so you can't buy it anymore. But yeah, I wrote. So the previous year, they reached out to me out of nowhere, and they were like, "Would you like to write an RPG?" And I was like, "Yes, I would. I love Dungeons and Dragons and stuff." And I wrote a very fun little RPG for them, sort of based on the Hank and John Green world, which was kind of hard because you don't want to interact with Hank and John Green in a mode of violence. They're not Dungeons and Dragons is a hitting people game.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, essentially that's the skills on, but I sort of figured it out and had a great time and made a weird, gross pizza island for everybody to deal with, and then went, what a fun challenge. And then they asked me back and they're like, could you do another one? And I was like, oh, with the same setting? And they're like, yeah. And I was like, oh, okay. Yes, absolutely. Because they said, could you just make it connected to the previous one? And I said, well, I can't do that because none of the NPCs are relevant, right? If you didn't play the NPCs were not designed to have an ongoing thing. They were just here's some people that you can interact with. And really the story is told in the players, not necessarily the outcomes, but I can take the same setting and do that again, the same island and do that again, which was very interesting because I had not planned to do that. So I wish I'd stocked my fridge a little bit more.
Right.
But it turns out I realized I was overthinking it because I could just be like, well, it's a super magic island, and it has as many things as I need.
What impresses me about the work that you did on it is for the chat here. Certainly, about Loading Ready Run stuff and our various ongoing running gags and references and things like that. But for those who know Desert Bus, right? Imagine looping in someone from outside the Desert Bus community and being write a Dungeons and Dragons adventure about Desert Bus. Here's all of our memes. Try and work those in, right? Because they were like, we want you to, get some of the Nerd Fighter, Hank and John Green's sort of collective community is the Nerd Fighters. And so it's get some Nerd Fighter lore in there, get some, Pizza Miss references. And you were like, cool. What? And then they were like, well, here's a list of stuff. And you're like, okay. And you synthesized those into the thing. But you're not immersed in that world. You just had to take this, what are some of the sort of what were some of the things that they gave you that you were like, okay, I guess?
Well, I mean,
for French the llama, for example.
Yeah, they're here. Basically, they wanted to represent, some fun jokes and memes and stuff like that. And I mean, I'm actually not I would say I'm not a bad reference comedian. Let me tell you, I'm looking at chat and I shouldn't. I got to focus here. I'm not a bad comedian, so it's not so hard to work in these references. And it just, and if it's just a weird random pizza island, I don't have to explain why the tourism information hut is run by a llama. It's a tourism information hut because it's my weird pizza island, and that's the kind of thing that I think is funny. But also, that's there because the first thing people see is a tourism information hut run by a friendly llama that is a friendly face from this, but also can give you a map of the island, instructions, gossip, and magical items as souvenirs is a really, I would say, elegant role-playing solution to you've role-played up, you've gotten your feet underneath you, and now you can get more instructions as you get to the next scene, right? It's, rather than you have to meet a person in a bar who gives you, I don't know. I thought it was a fun way to. It's funny because I think tourism information huts are funny, but also I think it's a fun way to sort of subvert the business that needs to happen at the beginning of a Dungeons and Dragons campaign or a Dungeons and Dragons game.
I under-coffeed my coffee. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know, but I like world building, I guess. So
and
I had a lot of fun.
Who is in the sequel, which is about. They were
yeah because I'm always for the first ones I was like, well, what did not that I'm not completely ignorant of what this thing is, but I'm not immersed in the culture to the same way that the people who are going to be playing the game is. So I wanted to make sure I hit touchstones that the community would enjoy and recognize and go, I get the thing. Mm-hmm. But this year they're like, could you incorporate the Jovian moons? The concept of surprise twins, I think, what was the last thing? I think it maybe was just the big touchstones were the Jovian moons and the concept of surprise twins. And I did it, and it turned out very well, honestly. I think if you read this, I wish I had a copy editor. That's my only thing, but that's also not my job. But I think if you read this, I think it is probably the best thing that I've written that you can currently read. Mm-hmm. It's very good. I'm saying this. I had some of my playtesters like messaged me. They're like, I'm still thinking about those blankety blanks, and I was like, good.
And French the Llama.
Oh yeah.
Was joined by.
Oh, my own creation, because surprise twins. French needed a twin, but a different twin. Italian the alpaca, who I imagine is Serge if Serge was an alpaca, but Serge was a surly alpaca, right?
If Serge was a surly alpaca.
So basically I hit all of the, so basically if he was, the alpaca sits around and goes, ciao. So anyhow, these are not for sale anymore. You can't read that. But.
Unrelated to the twin, there's a third one, isn't there?
Oh, I mean, we're spoiling a thing, but yes, you can meet. Well, you meet Gary the guanaco later.
Who's not named for a language. It's just Gary the guanaco, and I was like, "What's a guanaco?" And I had to look it up. I'm like, "Oh, it's
related to
llamas and alpacas."
Yeah, llamas and alpacas. There is actually one more. There's a secret one. Which is like, I think I said made it Victor the vicuna, because the vicuna is, of course, the last animal that is related to a llama.
Of course. Amazing. Miss Lady Mick says the stress about world building makes me excited about Kathleen's book, though.
Yes.
Do you want to talk about that at all? You don't have to.
Because
there's nothing, you can't really give any specifics away, because that's the whole point.
No. But I will say it is a sci-fi comedy romance, which is, I would say, a famously mainstream and easy to market genre.
You know, sci-fi comedy romance.
Yeah, everybody likes that.
Yeah.
But that is things that everybody likes. Everybody likes sci-fi, everybody likes comedy, and everybody likes romance, but it's usually not the same audiences. But you know what? Everybody can have a little bit of yearning as a treat. What was it? You were doing something. I think it was actually Pizzamas. And I made like a repost about it, and someone was like, they were like, man, I love to see that, you're always gassing up Kathleen. And it's like, yeah, absolutely, because I think that the stuff that you're doing is great. But there was one comment somewhere that used the phrase that I do not believe applies to me, which was wife guy. No, you have your own interests.
Yes, I think Kathleen is great. I don't make thinking. I don't make thinking that you are great part of my personality.
Yeah, to me that's a very important distinction, is that wife guy spends a lot of time being like, I love my wife in a very performative way, which is like, it comes back to our previous thing. It's like we're not very performative about our relationship and like going around and like we're not like, but like I'm just like, we say it, but we're not just like, yeah, man, hanging out with my husband or my wife, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think we've used those words more on this show so far today than like in the past 2 years on Loading Ready Run stuff.
Miss Lady Mick says a lot of wife guys turn out to be not wife guys. It's just something about, like, this is just me being a really cynical person, that if I meet someone who's quite like, I'm doing the work, I'm like, why do you need to tell me this? I have a headache. Like, there's just disclosing things. God.
Rebecca says the term wife guy makes me think this man is trying to make me think he loves his wife when he's actually off stooping other people. Because again, what I think of is the guy from the guy from the I shouldn't know it.
Why do I know?
I shouldn't know or care about his name. I've never watched them, but it's this. All this information was inflicted upon me, right? Like I did not go out seeking this information. It was just people. There was just this like cultural osmosis of like, now I'm aware of this. Cool, I guess. Though I was shown a clip of his like attempted not rebrand, but his attempted like content resurrection, which was like a podcast about. It was meant to be like, it's a podcast series where it's every week he talks to a new guest about like their biggest like regret or biggest like thing that went wrong in their life or whatever. And his first guest was his now ex-wife, and she was just not letting him have it. I'm astonished that this episode got released.
Wow. Because, yeah, apparently I only saw this from like Reddit context, which is probably also where you were exposed to it.
Yeah.
But like it seemed like she was very mad at him, and then nobody listened to the next episodes of his podcast because everybody was just interested in listening to his wife rightly excoriate him.
Yeah, everyone's like, great, she's awesome. Now we don't have to engage with Ned anymore.
I don't know.
Oh my God.
I just think that I think that it's important to keep things to yourself, even if you're an internet person.
That's the funny thing, Snow Cookies. You bring up a good point. Is that there's a lot of people, even today, who occasionally will comment in like a PPR or something and be like, "They're married." Right?
That's true. Somebody in chat,
Though,
in chat was saying.
To be fair, people also misspell your name on commenting on Checkpoint when it's written down in the opening titles.
Yeah, but this could be a new person who's commenting about this. They could be a brand new member of our audience.
It's right there. Written down on the screen.
I mean, yeah.
What's the speaking of coffee and names, what's the funniest like mistypo or whatever that you've gotten on like on a coffee?
On a coffee thing. I mean, normally it's just actually the worst one, and this is the common one because I don't get my name written on coffee that often, is Kathleen. Kath or CATHLINE.
Kathleen. That's an odd one.
Yeah.
That shouldn't. Does anyone spell their name like that?
It doesn't matter. I don't speak loud enough apparently in cafes for people to hear my voice.
Huh.
I think there's a certain level of it started hitting like, it became enough of a society joke that like a lot of baristas started doing it on purpose. Kind of a thing. Like I do think it actually looped back around at a certain point where, I would say Ben and I would get like Ned, and they would like be pointing like right at me kind of a thing. And it's just like, it's not, I mean, I can see where the thing happened, but I genuinely think that like certain baristas were just like, this is just part of the coffee house experience, right?
Just having your name similar but wrong.
Yeah, I've had.
You get Greem, don't you?
I did have Greem once. That was one of my favorites. GREAM, like cream, but with a G. But I get Grant a lot because of my like. You'd be forgiven for not knowing that this exists, but my speech impediment, where I get if I get put on the spot or asked my name, even in situations where I should expect to be asked my name, I have trouble like getting the words out, and so I'll ramp into it by saying, "My name is Graham," but I do it really fast. I'm like, "Oh, my name's Graham," and they just go, "Grant, got it," right? Because I just say Graham really fast. But recently, I got. Where was this? I kept a receipt to show you.
Oh.
Was this in...
Yes,
oh, this was
yes.
in... This...
And I was like, I need to steal this name for my book. It's such a good name.
This was at MagicCon Atlanta.
I have a use for it.
Oh, perfect.
Good.
There we go.
Yes. Okay. I didn't like that name I gave that character anyhow.
I said Graham. And the barista, rather than going like, oh, I must have misheard this name, or like, I'll clarify or something, instead decided the option was, I'm just going to make a name up. Something that's not a name. I'm going to just invent something.
But it's what I think I heard.
Yeah.
I'm assuming.
And they wrote down Bahrain. I took a picture. It was like BAYRAN.
I thought it was Brian or something like that.
If you have the photo, you can Slack it to me, Graham, and I can bring it
Oh,
up.
it was so funny.
I'll see. I recorded it for the vlog, which I edited like the first one of the vlog like the next day after getting back, and I was like, this will be great. I'll finally get it out the door really nice and fast. And then my computer at home is like not powerful enough to export it, and so I couldn't. So I had to bring it in here, and I just haven't gotten around to it yet. Oh, I didn't take it on my phone. I have it on the. Is this it? No, I have it somewhere. But yeah, it was like BAYRAN or something.
Yeah, Bran,
like, but
and not sort of Brian or something.
Or wait, BAY.
It was very funny.
Yeah,
I assure you.
and I was like, "This is not." This is just. I just don't know why you would, unless you were doing it on purpose. I don't know why you would go. I misheard that, so I'm going to invent something that's never existed.
I got to put something down. Move on.
Just call me Bort. What?
I just one day I should just start telling people my name is Bort, because it would be very hard to misspell or to mishear. All of those letters are distinct. Bort. I would not be able to get it out with a straight face.
Our friend Andrew always gives the name Justin Timberlake whenever he's...
I think he stopped doing it because Justin Timberlake was turned into a gross guy, but...
it's going to ruin the tour.
My biggest issue with that was very early, because he did that. He's been doing that for like over a decade.
He's been doing it since Justin Timberlake was cool and desirable.
Yeah, and so when I was new to the crew, which is wild saying almost a decade ago,
right?
Showing up early for a dinner reservation and being like, yeah, there should be one under like, Andrew Ferguson. They're like, no, we don't have anything or whatever. And I'm like, oh, I don't know. And then texting Andrew and being like, oh yeah, ask for Justin Timberlake.
If I didn't know Andrew, I would have texted him back. No, I'll wait for you to show up.
I refuse to say yes. Table for Justin Timberlake.
Exactly,
please.
Especially if I'm not the person who booked it.
Yeah, yeah. Don't force me into your joke.
Yeah, exactly. But I'm not a goer alonger with her.
I mean, you're also putting Justin in or you're putting the hostess in like a weird position where they have to be like, well, I have Justin Timberlake written down, and it's some rando saying that it's their table, right? And it's just like, do I actually give the table, or should I wait for somebody named who looks like Justin Timberlake?
I would just assume that his name was Justin Timberlake. Or actually, no, if I feel like I have a modicum of social intelligence, I think I'd be able to look at Andrew's smirking face and find out exactly what had transpired. This guy doesn't look like Justin Timberlake, but he's got a grin from ear to ear, so I imagine this is a jape. Haha. Right this way, sir.
How many Justin Timberlakes can there?
It's probably a few.
Do you think there's other people that just naturally have that name?
Probably. Yeah.
It's actually this is a shame that James isn't here, because there's so many James Turners. It turns out I can't remember what the new one was that dropped recently. We were aware of two.
It's like
there's an Australian Minecraft YouTuber.
Yeah.
And there's a former art director for the Pokemon series who used to work at Game Freak.
Yeah.
And there was a third one that showed up recently.
Who's like a
Sims
Sims streamer or something like that, because they dropped they don't want to they dropped out of the
James Turner.
Oh, okay.
As the Minecraft YouTuber?
Yeah.
Okay, that makes sense. There was another one though, I thought.
There's a baseball fan.
The baseball fan. That was it. The guy that was wearing the shirt that was like, hit number 61 over to me, and then
then it happened?
Oh, it was a Mariners game? But yeah, or it was someone calling for Ohtani, I think it was.
Oh, the man who's very good at it.
Yeah, he was like hit home run 61 over here, and then he did, and then the guy took it. The transcendent moment was then the guy got the home run ball,
wow.
and then took his shirt off, and
And
showed.
then it said now 62.
Yes, now get 62 over here, right?
Who's that prepared?
Oh, sorry. It was the Mariners. The player's name is Cal Raleigh, known by his nickname, Big Dumper.
For what it's worth, I also just looked it up because I was like, oh, maybe I can help find it. There is also a up and coming famous Australian Paralympic soccer team player who is doing very, very well right now, named James Turner.
All right. Look forward to that at the next Paralympics.
All right. James is
go.
going to finally bring home the gold for Loading Ready Run. And Australia.
That's two different Australians. I thought they were all named Lachlan or something.
Jesus.
You remember when we were at PAX Aus and there was like a massive like Fortnite YouTuber who had the next table over from us,
Yes.
and was like causing headaches for the enforcers because
he was. I don't want to brag, but I've never felt more famous than I felt at PAX Australia.
It was pretty cool.
I was like, Jesus Christ, there's a lineup hours long to come and say hi to me, of all people.
But this guy was at the next meet and greet table over, and he told all of his children that they can get to the meet and greet table without getting a badge, which is not true, but like is hypothetically possible if you just walk in this one specific door, and so the enforcers were having to do a bunch of crowd control and deal with like this problem.
Yeah, all of these 12-year-old children, essentially.
Mm-hmm. How does James find all that time?
I mean, he's not doing Good Morning Moonbase, is he?
He's
bodged off.
He must be practicing
blowing off work.
Practicing his Paralympic soccer, I guess.
Yeah.
I don't think I've seen. I've watched a lot of the Paralympics. I don't think I've seen Paralympic soccer. I know I've told you about this. Have you all at home? Have you heard the good word of goal ball? I know it doesn't sound exciting because the name is not great, but goal ball is great. It's played inside on something about the size of a tennis court, but it's like basketball court, like wood floor, but it's about the size of a tennis court. There's a net about the height of a hockey net and the width of the entire court. And it's played 3-on-3, and everyone's wearing blindfolds because it's intended for people who are various levels of sightedness. But anybody can play it. It's just everyone wears a blindfold, and you have to take the ball and you whip it down the court, and you try to get it into the goal on the far side, and everyone's there with their blindfolds on, trying to listen for the bounce and throw themselves in front of the ball.
God, I can't.
It's great. And when the whistle goes for the start of play, everyone in the arena shuts up because the players have to listen. And so then as soon as the whistle goes again for like the stoppage of play, it's like, yeah, woo, all right. Oh, nice. Like it's great.
I can't think of anything I'd want to do less than be pelted by balls while blindfolded. I would not jump in front of the balls. I would go with my natural instincts, which would be to move my fragile body away from them, obviously.
It is kind of, it is, I think it's like, it's good stuff, but you do end up with like, the teams, they're lying down to take the most like surface area that they can, right? Lying down sideways, blindfolded in silence, going.
And then just all of a sudden,
yeah, and then just getting like.
There's bells in the balls, people are saying.
Yeah. See, there you go. Isn't that cool? And they'll do stuff where like, so that's a team blocking, right? But like they'll do stuff where one player will have the ball and then another player on their team will stand elsewhere on their thing, and they'll stamp their feet to make a sound like the ball might be over there while they're throwing it over here. But they're able to do this without communicating. And so you have to like listen to make sure it's actually the ball and not just that you're being misdirected. It's super interesting. And this game just does not exist at the Olympics.
That they don't have that they can aim while blindfolded. I can't even aim a ball while not blindfolded.
They have a lot of practice.
We want to see Lur try this now. We could get ourselves a lacrosse box and some blindfolds and a Kathleen not participating in that bit. I just think I'd be too scared. Like, I wouldn't be funny. Like, I'd be, like, cowering in a corner.
You hear the ball and you just go, ah!
Yeah, exactly.
I also don't think I'd be very good at it. I wouldn't really be able to tell where the ball. The sound-based aspect kind of kicks me out. So Kathleen and I can do commentary.
Oh,
Sounds
perfect.
good, yeah.
Good, yes.
But depth perceptionless Beej finally gets a chance to shine.
This is Bij's event.
Put the blindfold on. Let's go.
I would greatly. A lot of people in chat saying they would enjoy the sport. I'm not really a sporting type. I like exercising, like in the way that like you got to run one of those like shaky small dogs around, otherwise they get way too nervous. But I don't want to do it with other people. I want to walk around by myself listening to music as God intended.
Right, you like to do walk and have big think.
Yeah, I like to do walk and have big think. That's my exercise. If I could walk to work every day, I'd be a happier person, I think.
Because you find that walking, it just is good for you physically to have any kind of physical activity. Sorry, everybody, I hate it too, but some kind of physical
it rules,
activity.
It rips. Go walk around for an hour outside listening to some tunes or a podcast or maybe just the sound of traffic or birds and just, vibe.
It's what I didn't expect is how nice it feels in the head.
Oh, yeah. It's
After
so
going
good
for a
your
big
head.
walk. Because it's like, yeah, you expect that there's some sort of physical benefit to moving your body around. But then, yeah, when you do like a 45-minute to an hour-long walk, which is about how long it takes to walk from our place to the Moonbase.
That's a perfect commute, honestly.
Is that then you're like, yeah,
It's about
we're going.
Yeah,
brains spooled up. Let's do stuff.
It's about 50 minutes, I think, is my commute if I do it on foot.
Well, you're in better shape than me.
Well, yeah.
There's a big hill.
There's a very big hill in the middle of it, but like I don't know. Apparently, they just did a study that it's just like if
Now hold on. Contingent Cat says your brain also likes to be moved around. Not like that.
not like in a shake it like a Polaroid picture manner.
Sorry, you were
But
saying.
yeah, but like exercise is good for your brain. Mental health walks work, and it's annoying that they do. Says TXC2. It's so true.
It's so frustrating that they're as good as they are.
Yeah. So.
Here's a question. Could Good Morning Moonbase be uploaded to archive as a podcast? Potentially. You would miss out on some stuff. I don't know if it would crush as a podcast.
Not this episode, for sure.
This episode more than any because we're just talking.
Yeah.
Usually.
I was told I didn't need to prepare anything.
You don't have to prepare anything.
No,
This
we're saying in relation to because a lot of the bits that we do have like visual elements to it. This one doesn't. So
yeah,
you're able
this
to.
would be a good one to do.
Yeah.
Speaking of listening to things,
Mm-hmm.
a question that James will typically ask of a gumum is what kind of media are you consuming at the moment? And I know that for you there's really only the one kind. So really the question is, what music are you jamming on these days, Kathleen?
I actually prepared for this question because I figured he might ask me it. It is the time of year when a young woman's fancy turns to best of lists and their relative rankings, and I have to determine what my favorite albums of the year were. I haven't loved as much I feel like 2024. Ben, do you agree with me? 2024 straight bangers for music?
2024 was great. I've actually been pretty high on 2025, honestly, but it's been good music for bands that I appreciate. But yeah, it's definitely, it's variable for sure.
Yeah.
Did you listen to that band that Kathleen played me that I recommended to you? We listened to it on the way driving out to Float. Fat Dog.
Oh yeah.
No, I haven't had.
You should listen. You should listen to Fat Dog. You would like it.
That album came out in 2024 though.
Screaming. Hey, you actually wait. No, you finish your thought. Sorry, I have a tangent.
Yeah, no, that's okay.
A tangent.
I'm trying to think of stuff like it's not that no good music came out this year, but just sometimes a lot of like you're like this is good, but it doesn't sort of like emotionally resonate with me the way that some other stuff has. But I really liked the new Water From Your Eyes album, although it's secretly an EP. It's got like 10 tracks, but 2 of them are like basically intro and outro noises. So it goes down to 8, and then you take out another like 2, which are just like interstitial, like less than a minute long songs between other songs. And it's like, this is an EP. That if you're doing this for contractual reasons, I approve. Get out from your major label contract. But anyhow, so that album was really good, though, despite the fact it's super short. Lots of really good short albums this year. The new Dark Side album was really good. That came out quite early in the year.
Devil Risen's had the latest Sleep Token album this year, which I bring up not because I think that Sleep Token is Kathleen's vibe, but because we saw a car the other day that had 2 separate Sleep Token bumper stickers.
Yeah.
One, because it was a Jeep, and so one of them was the Sleep Token logo, but it said Jeep Token. And what was the other one?
I don't even like King Gizzard and the Lizard Wizard that much.
As much as this person clearly likes Sleep Token.
Actually, Phantom Island came out this year, and that is honestly, I feel like I haven't talked about it that much, but it is a really good album. It's like the nicest, smoothest, loveliest kind of like soft. Like it's so soft compared to many King Gizzard albums, but it's good. I like that. I don't know.
It was funny going to see.
I've seen concerts this year.
I was going to ask. That's what I was going to ask you about. When we went to see King Gizzard at the Gorge, which was astonishing, because most of my King Gizzard exposure comes directly from you, and you hadn't been a huge fan of their album Petrodraconic Apocalypse, which is
it's fine.
It's much more of like a thrashy, metally album.
Yeah, it was just too like, and I actually listened to it the other day, and I was like, there's like a little like electronic breakdowny bit at the end because it is the companion album to the Silver Chord,
right?
Which I
also a lot of Silver Chord.
Well, I was going to say I don't necessarily love the Silver Chord that much in the King Gizzard discography, but sometimes I'm writing and I want to listen to 90 minutes of music
with no lyrics.
Well, very few
with light lyrics. Yeah. Anyway, the point is at the concert, there was a lot of people with like shirts. Like it's a popular one of their albums, and there's a lot of people with like shirts, or they were selling it, or they played some tracks from it. And I was like, when did this happen? Because they make so many albums that I skipped one and it didn't seem weird.
Yeah.
Right? Because that's like, there'd been one over there and there was one here. Turns out there was a secret album, secret to me, in the middle that I was like, where'd this come from? And you're like, oh yeah, there's that one. I don't love it. I'm like, they had a whole other album that I just didn't know about.
It's great.
They're very productive.
I don't have to love all their albums, but I genuinely do like. I do like the sort of the pair, the Flight B741 and Phantom Island pair that they've done. They're working in pairs. I think that's kind of cool.
So what else? Was the Gorge this year?
No, that was for the previous year. This year we have seen 9 Inch Nails and Father John Misty together, and then unfortunately because you had come back from Magic Atlanta the day before, I went and saw one of my new favorite bands, Magdalena Bay.
I do kind of wish I'd been able to go to that one, but it was literally
so good. It was better than Father John Misty. Sorry, Adam. We went with with our friend Adam, who we're staying with him and his wife Lindsay, and Father John Misty. Adam really loves Father John Misty.
You can swear, it's fine. Also, this is the different Adam. You don't know this Adam.
Yeah, this is Adam Hancock, but he loves Father John Misty, and he was like, he loved that show, and I was like, it's okay. I felt a bit bad, but then we got to then because you couldn't come, but I was staying at his house again. So Adam and I went to Magdalena Bay, and he was like, it's okay. They're kind of mainstream. I'm like, Adam, Sabrina Carpenter is mainstream.
Right. You told me that.
This is an entire undergraduate theater department has turned out for this.
You told me that. You texted me that at the time. You're like, Adam says they're too mainstream, and I was like, Adam doesn't know what mainstream music sounds like.
No, he certainly does not.
Because this is in zero ways mainstream. It's genre-wise, I guess it's technically pop, genre-wise, but it's not, like, this is not mainstream pop. And it's like, yeah, you're right.
Because I can
Carpenter
listen to it.
Mainstream, yeah.
Because it's got distortions and weirdness and breakdowns. And they used to be in a prog rock band, and it shows. And I'm like, that's how much I need a little bit of weirdness in my music.
Mm-hmm. So, Matt, Matt Griffith says, sad, weird lady warbling, my vibe.
I would say Magdalena Bear is more squeaky than warbly. She's got a high register. It's fine.
Fair enough.
Yeah, I don't know. Best concert we saw this summer, though, was probably Nine Inch Nails.
That show was
was
amazing.
incredible. I don't normally do arena shows, but I'd never seen Nine Inch Nails, and I thought, you know what, I could knock them off my list.
The age range of attendees was
So cool.
impressive. It was amazing because there was some like fairly young people there, and there was also a lady 2 rows in front of us that I think you could charitably describe as a grandmother.
She was like in her 70s.
Yeah, who
She had a cane.
she was pumped when he started playing Head Like a Hole. And I'm like, that's amazing. And then I sort of did the math on it, right? And it's like, Head Like a Hole came out in 1989.
Yeah.
So it's hypothetically, if like...
one day I'm going to be that lady at a King Gizzard concert.
Right?
Popping off for Magma.
Yeah. Yeah.
I love this song.
It's going to be great. Yeah, I was impressed at how many, just sort of generationally, how many people Nine Inch Nails can connect with. And the staging of the arena, because I'm a nerd for that kind of thing, the staging of this show was really, really cool. Actually, Ben, you'd appreciate this too. They had, so that there was like a little stage. It's an arena, so that's normally like there's like hockey. So at one end of the floor is like a little stage for the opening act, which was a DJ called Boys Noise, who was fine. And then there's a seated floor facing away from that. Then a like square plinth in the middle. And then standing floor. And then just a big curtain. And the show started with just Trent at a piano on the little plinth in the middle. And then over the next couple songs, other people like Atticus Ross, obviously, and other touring musicians join on the stage in the middle there. Then they get down from there and go behind the big curtain. So all the seated floor is still facing the right direction, and the standing floor just turns around. And then they're at this curtain. The curtain, however, does not raise or open or anything. The curtain was an enormous scrim, which is the like thin theater fabric that if you light it from the front, you can't see through it. But if you turn off the lights in front and illuminate something behind it, you can see through it. And they used that to great effect with like projectors. They had like a projector behind that was projecting waveforms, so it was like you could see all of that for Copy of a. They had like a camera. They were also projecting live stuff from a camera, but only in black and white, and they had the contrast dialed in perfectly that they were displaying on the thing. And for a copy of a copy of a copy of a copy of a copy, it was filming Trent and getting his silhouette and then repeating it all over this scrim everywhere on the entire one end of the arena. It was fascinating staging on this show.
The lengths that we go to recreate a Windows Media Player visualizer in real life,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, no kidding. Big Sound Jam vibes for me. Yeah.
There's a bunch of people in chat, including Jordan, who went and saw Nine Inch Nails, and many other people who were like, "Yo, that concert was so good. It was so good." And in fact, they just added it was so good. Nine Inch Nails is doing more tour dates. They've added more tour dates for 2026. And it was very expensive. Our tickets were like $220 each.
Yep.
But it was worth it. It was a really good show.
It was amazing.
And yeah, I don't know. I like I said, I don't normally do arena shows. I think the last arena show I went and saw before that was Gorillaz in Key Arena in Seattle in 2019.
That was a good show.
Yeah, it was a good show. Which was the second time I had seen Gorillaz. Or was it the third?
Just in that realm, I gotta say, I think that might be one of my favorite show memories. Was the three of us going to that?
Aww.
Because afterwards, we had we'd smoke some weed.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah, mystery question. But we all came back, and we were staying in we were staying in this little hostel, and they had like that little tiny video player in the room.
It was an Airbnb.
Yeah, Airbnb. And the only video VHS that we could find was Shrek. So we came back and we all just watched Shrek at like 1 a.m.
It was the three of us and Lily.
Right. Yeah,
yes,
Lily was there.
the fourth person there.
This is like, well, we got a track on VHS. Somebody.
That was a cool concert because they played an unreleased song and they played a bunch of like at the time Gorillaz like super like deep cuts they hadn't played in concerts in years. It was a good concert. They played like M181, which is like a cut from the first album. And I was like, oh my god, I don't think I've ever.
That's their opener too.
Yeah.
And they played Idaho, which would later be released on the Now.
I think so.
But it hadn't. He'd written it on this tour, and was like, we're gonna play a new song, and got like a third of the way through it, and like the click track was messed up because it was brand new, and they like hadn't figured it out, and so Damon like pulled his earpiece out and was like, no, fuck it, stop, do this like musicians, come on,
the old-fashioned way.
Yeah,
no click
and then
track,
like
we'll just play.
Counted it in. Yeah, he's like, no click track, screw this, and then they like did the whole song. It was really cool. It's like, hell yeah, brother, I like that.
Yeah, this was definitely the most. I've seen. I think we'd seen Gorillaz twice before, right?
Yeah.
So this is now. So I've seen Gorillaz 3 times because I do really like Gorillaz. But I think the Key Arena show that we saw was the most. This is a Damon Albarn solo concert that I've seen from my Gorillaz.
I feel like it was
experience.
I feel like it was appropriate course correction after, because this was the Humans tour. But
that nobody liked.
Humans didn't. No one liked it because it felt like it's. I saw it described at the time as you're at a party. You're at a party at Gorillaz' house, but they've left.
Yes.
Right, and it was like there's not enough Gorillaz on this Gorillaz album. It doesn't sound like there's like not enough Damon. It doesn't sound like a Gorillaz album.
Yeah.
Relatedly,
yes.
I went to a concert that you didn't go to.
That's true.
Because Jeremy got me a ticket for Deltron for my birthday.
Yeah.
Because Deltron, which is Del the Funky Homo Sapien, who's shown up in a lot of Gorilla stuff.
Kid Koala,
who's
like
a Canadian DJ, and Prince Paul, who produced the first Gorillaz album, also, and produces a lot of really cool stuff. No, not Prince Paul. Sorry, Dan the Automator.
Yes.
Prince Paul and Dan the Automator work together on Handsome Boy Modeling School, and that's where I get that confused. Dan the Automator. Deltron, Dan the Automator, and Kid Koala. They did an album called Deltron 3030 25 years ago, and this was the anniversary tour of it. And this was the first show was in Victoria as a warm-up, because it's just not as big of a market.
I imagine
right?
they just have friends here.
Probably, but also it's a good market to like sort of shake the cobwebs out, right?
Well, and I think any show like that is going to sell out in Victoria anyhow, so
Yeah.
it's like it's fairly safe.
And it was really cool because they played. It was anniversary of the show, so they performed the whole album right the way through, and a couple times after doing a song, Del will be like, "Okay, good. Hey, that went really well. That was actually my first time performing that song live ever." Because if it's not one of the like bigger hits on the album, wouldn't have performed it previously. So,
Yeah.
But this is every song. But also that album got through the first half, and then Jeremy and I were like, I don't remember anything in the back half of this album. But then every new song would start up, and we'd be like, oh right, because like every song is memorable
Right.
on that album. It's really really cool. And then I made prophetic calls at 9 Inch Nails and for the Deltron show. So the Deltron show, I was like, well, if they're doing Deltron 3030 as the set, then the encore they should play Clint Eastwood, which is a Gorillaz song, but
you got
it's
more.
Deltron and Dan the Automator produced it.
And I will say they're allowed to play that song because they play Clint Eastwood at Gorillaz concerts, and that has 1/3 of the people who contributed to the writing of that song, and this had 2/3.
Exactly. Also, there's a song on the Deltron album that Damon guests on that basically sounds like a Gorillaz song because it is all the
basically a
three
Gorillaz
people
song. It's
from
the
the
same three
Gorillaz. Yeah.
people.
And so they did. They talked about how they're doing they're working on a new Deltron album.
Cool.
They played a clip of the single that they're working on featuring Ben Gibbard. And then they finished by performing Clint Eastwood, and it ruled. And I was so happy that I was like, yeah, and I called it correctly. And then 9 Inch Nails, I was like, I hope, because this is one of their Canadian dates, that they play I'm Afraid of Americans.
And I went,
Unlikely.
Yeah, I mean, I think the exact word I used was unlikely.
Yeah.
Probably with about that hesitation. Like, it's not unheard of, but like, I don't know the relationship between,
the
Trent
Bowie
and
estate.
Bowie, you know what I mean? Like, they were friends and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But I didn't want to, like, I don't know. I never go in hoping to hear a specific song, even if you're going to see King Gizzard and they're going to play like 35, right?
Yeah. But they did.
They did.
He did a little preamble, and he's basically was like, this is just for you guys. And it was clear from like the visuals and stuff, this is not part of their regular
Nope.
the regular tour rotation. But they did play I'm Afraid of Americans, and it ruled.
That's actually a good thing to remember when you're going to a concert and there's a really sophisticated sort of audio visual production level to it. Then you're going to have way less deviations from the set list, just because people like they've got these lighting cues and these graphics and visuals that they've rehearsed. And typically when a band is on tour, they'll have like, a repertoire of 25 to 30 songs maybe to pull from to sort of mix up for their whole tour. But like, for example, when I saw Magdalena Bay, and this is not, I'm not shading them, they played basically almost, I think they played every song on Imaginal Disc because their discography just isn't that deep, and I don't think the set list, like, they might rearrange the order that which songs are played, but it's basically the same set list every night. But occasionally you get something like that, and usually when you have the more larger production kind of things, you're going to have less substitution just because, well, we've prepped this thing, right? We've got this lift or whatever, or this set piece, et cetera, et cetera. Like, I don't know how much mix-up Taylor Swift does in between her track lists from week to week or from city to city. It's probably just imagine. 25 to 30 songs that they have mixed up and done, and there's certain ones that they're going to do because they have like staging and
she's got
stuff.
Costume changes and stuff too.
Exactly,
like,
that you have to account for.
I'm pretty sure if you see the Eras tour in one town, it's pretty identical to a different town.
Yeah, and I mean,
but
I'm not saying that's bad. Like, for example, like the Lady Gaga thing that she did at Coachella this year with like the whole costuming and stuff. Like, obviously, the two performances she gave were identical because everything was so organized and rehearsed. So. That's the trade-off you get for having those incredible visuals, is you get a little less spontaneity in the shows. Which is why you only see punk shows and venues that smell like cigarette smokes and piss.
Yeah.
I mean, you see some good shows there. But I think I'm too old for that now. I don't want to be the oldest person.
There was a poster for a punk show the other day.
I know.
And you and I looked at it and we were like, yeah.
I had to see these bands. Oh, it was psychedelic rock. It was local psychedelic rock.
Right.
And I was like, I don't want to be the only... I don't want to be twice as old as everybody in the band. Ugh.
All right. Should we move on to...
Yes, I'm sure somebody's prepared something.
Well, we have one thing.
Well, you have 10 minutes before the show starts.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
So Ben had a thing that he was working on.
Yeah. Oh, but then it got canceled because of
music
James?
related. Well, he wants to save it for when it is you and James. But...
Oh, this is why you were killing so much time.
No,
we're
chatting.
We're in killing it. We have, we have 5 bits essentially created, but sometimes we're just allowed to talk. So that's we don't need to use them all.
We don't intentionally. The point of this show is not to become like a mini Loading Ready Live that is just wall to wall with segments.
Right.
Yeah. If you can fill the time just chatting and having a good time, the bits are just grease.
Exactly. But I do want to play Connections. Now, should I hide the chat? Probably.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm going to go hide chat.
Is this just New York Times Connections? Oh, great. I haven't done it.
James specifically wanted you guys to play Connections.
All right. Hold on.
Now, I don't play this because I'm terrible at it. So this will be all you.
The Connections yesterday was genuinely funny. The first 4 clues were only connect olive branch.
I saw that. Pelvis, chestnut, home, hip, select, gusher, trope, back, Kenya, wise, menu, cliche, aware, ochre, platitude, and savvy.
So chestnut, trope, cliche.
So for those not familiar with the game, do you mind explaining how it works?
Yeah. If you've seen Only Connect, this is the connecting wall, which they talked about recently on an episode of Only Connect, which was pretty funny. Basically, these are 16 things. They are in 4 groups. We have to determine what the groups are, and then we determine how these things are connected. Frequently, there will be a red herring where there's like 5 things that work because there's one thing that works in a different group. So we'll see. We'll see what comes up. But I think you're already onto something with sort of the nugget of information, right?
Yeah, chestnut, trope, and cliche are all the same word.
Oh, right. That old chestnut, that old trope, that old cliche.
And I'm trying to find, but I don't see a fourth one, so that might be a fake out.
Interesting.
Okay, savvy, platitude, hip.
This is a tricky one.
Yeah, I'm not seeing anything.
So we got pelvis and hip
Yep.
and back, but that's it for there. Kenya feels like an outlier.
So sometimes with connections, they you have to change the first letter or something like that, or very frequently it's you add another word and it all works. You might have connect and petite. This is from yesterday's thing, and then when you add four, you get connect four, petit four,
Yeah, usually there's a word one or more than one where they'll be it's an anagram, or you add a letter to the word, or you replace a letter in the word. More so than the only connecting wall connections, this game gets criticized justifiably for how they do some of those, where it's oh yeah, these are names of former United Nations secretaries, but with the first three letters changed, right? It's okay, how was I supposed to know that one, right?
Well,
but
you're learning.
I try to look for things that I try to look for one that seems very removed, right? Like Kenya. What is Kenya doing here, right? There's no other African countries.
Oh my God! I think you unintentionally did it, because you've got K in front of Enya, O in front of Cher.
Oh, you're so right.
I think you unintentionally and P in front of Elvis.
It is. It's mononym
artists.
Mononym artists with a letter in front.
And Gusher is front of Usher.
It is. Yep. Could you do Pelvis, Gusher, Kenya, and Ochre, please?
I can't believe you oopsied into it. That's so funny.
That's
now
so
it's going to be a lot.
And it's the purple one, which is the hardest.
Yes.
Oh, that's great. Okay,
Good job,
cool.
sweetie.
Thank you.
I didn't see that one.
Good eye, Ben. Okay. So now...
So we still have chestnut, trope, and cliche.
But I don't know another word for that. And I don't think it's platitude.
Okay. So aware, wise, savvy are all the same.
Yep.
And then, but it's not platitude.
Hip with that?
Hip to it. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
If you're hip, you're totally right. Yep. Submit. Let's do it. Yeah, there we go.
There you go. In the know.
It will tell you. You can see that you can make, for those unfamiliar with this, you can make up to 4 mistakes before you fail. And if you are, the game will tell you when you submit 4, if it's wrong, it won't tell you exactly what's wrong, but it will tell you if you are 1 off. If it's 3 of those are in the same group, but 1 isn't.
I know what it is. Home select menu back are DVD menu things, and chestnut, trope, platitude, and cliche are all a thing. But I would say a platitude is necessary, is more like something you're telling somebody to make them feel better, not necessarily like a cliche.
Yeah, I don't buy.
But maybe I don't understand.
Platitude is this, unless they're using a different definition here.
What is the banality?
Banality.
I don't know about that.
See, this is why people have problems with connections. I disagree with. I
would say platitudes are banal, but I think this is everybody is going in chat too.
Yeah, you don't get to do previous puzzles unless you have the login, right?
Yes, I don't have an account, but it's 75% off. If I wanted to get a discounted membership, maybe I'll put that on my Christmas list.
Yeah. Well, that was quick.
Yeah.
Neat.
Wait, pull up Wordle.
Oh, yeah, we could do Wordle.
Yeah. No, it's the definition of platitude. A remark or statement, especially one with a moral content that has been used too often or to be interesting or thoughtful. Well, there you go. Platitudes are banal, but our chestnuts, that old chestnut. All right. Could you put in arise? Arise.
This is Kathleen's.
This is we're doing the New York Times.
Yeah, this is Kathleen's seed word for Wordle. Is arise. Wow.
Can you give me mouth?
It's rare that you completely whiff on arise. Oh? All right, so you got an O and hang on, I'm going to hide chat again. You got the O and 2, and there's an H somewhere. Kathleen does Wordle every day, and I do not.
Holly. HOLLY.
Oh. Wow. Damn.
That's pretty impressive.
You're too powerful at Wordle.
I do it every day.
I know. Dang. All right. Good stuff. Ben, you had a thing, didn't you?
I've got a bunch of things, yeah. Did you
right.
want
Oh,
you want one of
Bacon
them?
Trail says, I also no scoped it in the same fashion this morning.
Nice. Good
so
job.
There you go.
All right.
Nice.
Yeah, hit us up.
Well, would you like a game, or would you like your the discussion one?
I don't.
Pick one.
Game.
Game.
Okay, great. So in this one, this is a fun game that I've been seeing making the rounds on like a lot of like podcasts and stuff like that.
Oh.
And also just like shows in general. So this is just you two are going to try and say the exact same word.
Oh.
So what's going to happen is each one of you is going to say a word, right, at the same time.
Okay.
And then we're going to see how many attempts it takes for you to say the same word. So it's like if one of you said like candle and one of you said, I don't know, rock or something like that. So now you're working your way from candle and rock to try and say the same word.
Say something similar.
Yeah.
To find like something between those.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Got it.
Okay.
All right.
You got to try and get the word in between the words. Yeah.
Okay. This sounds like it'll be fun.
Yeah. So,
All right.
I'll count down, and then at the same time, you two are going to say a word.
Okay.
All right? And you can't repeat words. Obviously.
Okay.
All right, ready?
Yeah.
Yep.
3, 2, 1.
Cat.
Beef.
Okay. Cat and beef are the words. So now, yeah, you're going to do the exact same thing, but you're going to try and meet. You're going to find yourself in the middle, and we'll see how many attempts it takes.
Okay.
All right? Cat and beef. 3, 2, 1.
Meat.
Whoop. There you go. Perfect. That is the game. Yeah.
We met in the middle.
Yeah, exactly.
We meet in the middle.
That's how the game works. You want to try it again?
Perfect. Hell yeah. All right.
right, perfect.
This is a good game.
Yeah.
All right.
All right.
I'm gonna go.
I'm going to go a little bit more obscure.
Yeah,
I think.
me
go for
too.
it. Yeah.
Me too. This
Yeah.
one's gonna be a
Yeah, you
problem.
two should hang out more.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No kidding, right? All right.
All right. 3, 2, 1.
Urinal.
Quasar.
Okay, hold on. Quasar and yurt?
Urinal.
Urinal. Okay.
Okay.
Quasar and urinal. I mean, I actually know what I would say in this, so I'm excited to hear what you would say.
All right, you chime in as well then.
No. This is all.
Okay.
Okay, quasar and urinal.
Yeah.
3, 2, 1.
Planetarium.
Yes.
Damn! Genuinely incredible.
It's handy having like half of your brain in someone else's body, so you don't have to keep track of it all.
Yeah. I assume that's what marriage is, right?
Damn.
Oh.
Someone's like, how? Like, it makes perfect sense.
Yeah.
I was like, something about space, but where you might find a urinal. Damn.
Wow. All right. Well, great.
Good game, Ben.
Yeah, you two are too efficient.
Yeah, I'm wary of doing anything more.
No, we're done.
No, that
was too
That was
perfect.
perfect.
Yeah.
But I do have your. Okay, then we can move on to the discussion.
All right, sure,
Okay.
go for it. Yeah.
So I have a whole bunch of would you rather's.
Oh.
Okay.
Some of them are there are a couple that get a little grody, but the first one that I have, I was like, oh, that seems simple. But I was actually like, I actually love this question. So, starting here, hold on. Do I have it up here? Oh no, I don't. Where is it? Oh, here it is. Perfect. Great. There you are.
Okay.
Question number 1. If you had to live in a cage for the rest of your life, would you rather the bars be horizontal or vertical?
I choose death.
What a.
don't think it matters actually. I'd rather have a kind captor, I suppose.
That's what I find fascinating about this. Is it's so like irrelevant to the problem.
Everybody says horizontal, so you can climb the bars.
Well, I mean, they're not going to let you like climb out or anything, but I think horizontal just for looking out. Because if it's vertical, then you just have stuff in your eye line all the time. But if it's horizontal, at least you can get a view out of it. Who knows if you want to see outside wherever your cage is? But yeah, I think
you just see into the witch's soup pot below you.
Yeah, I think it's easily horizontal. But yeah, that's weird. What a fascinating question. I like that.
Yeah, there's a lot of those kind of ones. All right, question number 2 then.
All right.
Would you rather be able to turn sand into water or air into sand?
Oh, sand into water.
Please show your work.
These both.
I've terraformed a planet.
Ooh, these both sound equally useless.
No way! Sand into water is so useful. Imagine space exploration.
But I mean, air into sand can also terraform a planet.
Yeah. Get uppies. Climb up the sand.
Sand is easy to make. You just have to put some rocks in a tumbler and wait.
That's true. Sand and just small rock.
Yeah.
Very, very, very small rock. Yeah, I'll go sand into water because water I can drink.
Yeah.
And sand is sand. Great logic, Graham.
Although, if you could make sand out of anything, our lights would be so secure. We'd always have a sandbag.
Oh,
so
my God.
Yeah.
Ben, can you imagine? Just like sandbags. Although, then you have to have someone else who can turn the sand into water to clean up.
And then we gotta have somebody who has a wet vac.
Yeah. I can turn air into sand. I can turn sand into water. I have a wet vac. By our powers combined.
All right. Next question.
Yeah.
Would you rather be able to eat anything you want and have it be perfect nutrition, or have to only sleep 1 hour a day?
1 hour a day.
Fully
1
rested?
hour a day. Give it to me.
Oh, I like
eating.
I like to sleep,
You
but
only have to sleep 1 hour a day. So it means when you get a disturbed 5 hours of sleep, you probably feel incredible, as opposed to what I feel like all the time, which is irritated because the cat screamed.
they'd be so confused.
I get so much done.
But being able to eat as much of whatever I want and not have the side effects of that.
Well, I don't think that was the thing. I think you eat something and it has perfect nutrition. It didn't say it wasn't bad for you. It just had vitamins and minerals.
I think the implication in this is that it would be like you could devour as much as you want. Obviously, you still have the context of your stomach. Like you can't eat beyond that.
Right.
Yeah.
But like you could eat just cheesecake all you want, and that would be fine. Like you wouldn't get fat or anything like that.
I would derive no benefit from that because all my problems with food are psychological. Like I'd be like, well, if I could eat it, I don't want it. So I can eat 8 pounds of fudge and be healthy. That's true, but then you would just get sick of fudge and you would be in the same situation where you are now, where you still don't want to eat it, but for different reasons.
If I could sleep for only 1 hour and feel totally rested, then I could justify spending some amount of time
on meal prep,
on any kind of physical activity.
Yes,
to alleviate the negative effects of all the donuts I wish to be eating. So yeah, I'm gonna go for the sleep one as well.
Yeah.
I get so much stuff done. I know. God, what's wrong with us?
Well, we're very drift compatible.
Yeah,
in ways
clearly.
Good and bad.
Planetarium. Well, the best part about that was watching the realization cross your face halfway through the word that we were both saying planetarium. That was, God, all right. Riding that high for the rest of the day.
Great. Let's just try that with the final question.
Perfect.
Of the day.
Okay.
Would you rather every time you have an orgasm, the song All Star by Smash Mouth plays, or every time the song All Star by Smash Mouth plays, you have an orgasm?
The second one.
Do I have to be aware that it's playing?
Yes, it like emanates from you.
No, I mean, like, if, like, somebody's listening to Smash Mouth and Missoula, am I like, ooh? Right?
Like,
No, that's impossible.
You get edged by walking on the sun? Like, is that what you're asking?
Yeah,
You know,
like-
It's like if someone plays it anywhere in the
Anywhere.
world, no.
It's
No,
just
no,
when I'm around.
When,
No, it's
when
if-
you can hear it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This says every time the song by Smash Mouth plays. So
Yeah.
Do I have to listen to the whole song? Or is it just the first couple seconds?
no. It's just if you hear it, I think you have an orgasm. I think the connotation in this one is that anytime somebody plays this song, you have an orgasm,
But, like, that
whether or not we can hear
whether
it.
or not you can hear it.
Oh, well, that's impractical because hypothetically it's playing constantly.
I mean, I think
Is that true?
I mean, I'm sure somewhere in the world someone is listening to Smash Mouth right now.
Then I like the idea. Then if you hear it,
If I
Okay.
hear it. So if I'm in the mall.
Then
Yeah.
then
Right.
well, that's a awkward example, but
But, I mean, I think
Yeah.
that's your worst case
yeah,
scenario
no, I
that
think
you have
it's-
to consider.
I think it's got to be the second one because I have orgasms more frequently than I hear Smash Mouth.
Well, they could be the same thing.
yeah, I mean, you're married, and so it's just like
Yeah,
at a certain point you just accept that, right? Like,
I mean, yeah, I'd deal with it if that's what you wanted.
I super do not want that.
Yeah, I think we're both going to just be, like, really cognizant of when we go to the mall that we're wearing noise-canceling headphones so we can't hear the music.
Why do you always wear earmuffs at the mall? I don't want to talk about it.
People wouldn't even question it. They'd be like, oh, you're listening to that weird King Gizzard crap again. And I'd be like, yes, exactly.
Raul Goulia says it plays twice an hour on the PA at work. Fun day at work, I guess.
No.
well, there you go. There's a couple more, but we've come up to the end.
Good stuff. Thank you.
Yeah.
No, I appreciate that. Oh, boy. Well, hey, I'm sorry that your first experience on Good Morning Moonbase was not the full
This is great.
the full James Turner, but
This is fine.
he's probably playing Minecraft or designing Pokemon.
I hope
or-
he's sleeping.
I hope he's sleeping too. I hope he's getting some rest, James. Go back to bed, James. For the rest of you, though, this has been great. So hey, thanks, Kathleen. I made sure to prep on like the intro and stuff. I don't know how James signs these off.
Just the standard way. Yeah, you
Great,
Do,
okay.
You do the housekeeping. You say thanks to Kathleen, and
Perfect. Well, in that case, if you've liked this or anything that we do, the only way that we are able to keep doing stuff is by your direct support. Obviously, we do sponsored stuff, we do contract work, and that is all great and good. But the vast majority of what keeps these lights on and keeps us all getting paid and fed and all that good stuff is because of you. And get Nescafe Gold. So thank you, everybody, for supporting us either on Patreon, patreon.com/LoadingReadyRun, becoming a subscriber on this Twitch channel, or becoming a member on YouTube. Even if it's just like, if you're like, well, it's just like $2. If everyone who was watching was like, yeah, $2, then that would be huge. Collective action is, it turns out, a powerful thing.
Yeah.
So I really appreciate that from everyone who's able to do that. And if you're not, that's cool too. Thanks for being here. Tell a friend, right? Spread the word. But that's it. Thank you. I appreciate it. Kathleen,
Yeah.
thanks for being here.
Thanks.
Yeah, thanks for
Yeah.
joining us.
Eventually, I hope a book will come out.
Yeah,
I'm working very hard on it.
I can't wait.
Maybe one day I will be able to share something about that.
Yes, I want to. I've heard lots of it. I want other people to read it. Ben, thanks for everything that you do here.
Mwah.
And that is going to do it for Good Morning Moonbase. Thanks, everybody, for watching, and we'll see you next time.
Bye.
Bye.